In this part 2 to the previous video describing the similarities between political systems in the Roman and the American republics, I want to draw parallels between now and the time of Julius Caesar, his death, and the transformation of Roman Republic to what is commonly referred to by the historians as the Roman Empire. Specifically, I would like to draw parallels between the political figures of Mark Antony and Donald Trump and the impact it might have. In my opinion, Donald Trump actively plays the role of a people's tribune that he probably feels Obama was promised to do but never did. We see it in his continuous direct appeal to the people via his constant communication via Twitter, bypassing the typical cohort of reporters and writers that traditionally convey the word of the president to the people. Trump purposefully, in my opinion, engages in this blunt form of communication because he feels it resonates with the mood of the population at large and shifts the immediate pressure onto the target of his remarks. His targets, who mostly shy away from this type of forum, begin either to submit or try to engage traditional media avenues to debate Trump that automatically makes them look like elitists or panderers to the elites. We can see how the new Congress reversed the plans on the ethics issue on the first day of 2017 immediately after his tweets. Let's recall that Mark Antony was also known as People's Tribune and a brute character who spoke bluntly and made fun of the elitist aristocrats in Rome as well as put them under pressure by often speaking to them via the public forum and not in the Senate. Mark Antony seemed to feel that he, like Trump seems to do, can change the politics in Rome and use his self-righteousness to free the people from the web of behavioral controls, taxes and manipulations established by the existing political climate that plagues the public life and prevents many people from fulfilling their potential as independent free-minded citizens. We know that it led to the divide between Mark Antony and the elites under the leadership by Octavian, who was leaning on the traditional side of doing business in the Senate. We know that the most traditionally used political weapon of adultery was used by Octavian to paint Mark Antony as a liar and turn the public away from him. Although, the case plea was coming solely from Octavian, who took a page out of Mark Antony's book, himself speaking directly to the public and taking advantage of the fact that Antony was away governing in the East. Recall that the entire story of an affair between Antony and Cleopatra was coming to us from the Roman sources post factum, and it was fancifully romantic. However, this particular scenario was simultaneously winning points for Octavian in Rome as Antony looked as the one betraying the Roman woman over the Egyptian one, and in Egypt, it looked like a Roman war with its citizen Mark Antony, a lover of Cleopatra, and not the Egyptian queen, preserving the image of Rome as an ally and not the enemy. This would guarantee a peaceful transition of Egypt into Octavian's protectorate by a treaty and not a conquest, avoiding a possible revolt. I anticipate that similar fate will hunt Donald Trump as the divide between the leaders of the legislative branch and him will widen over time. Trump, as did Antony, does not accept their manipulations and responds in a blunt and direct way that will lead to an unpredictable turn of events, although more along the lines of the Roman period as both republics are rolling along the similar tracks of socio-political arrangements.